Hi, and my story is called The Farming Brothers. Once, there were two brothers, one named Raul and one named Johann. Raul was a very tall man with straight, dark brown hair. And Johann was a very, very short man with red, curly hair. They both lived on a farm right next to each other. They were neighbors in Germany. One day, they got into a conflict. Now, their conflict was something that shouldn't even be fought about. They shouldn't even be worrying about this. They were fighting about where the division of their two farms were, where each land of their land ended. So, from this conflict, they didn't talk to each other. They just stopped talking to each other. They didn't want to have to do anything with each other. Then, one day, Johann, the short one with curly red hair, dug this long creek in between their two farms to prove a point that that is where he believed their two farms were separated. He also did it so Raul had no way of getting over to Johann's farm. They were completely separated. They didn't even want to talk to each other. And this went on for weeks and weeks. Then, one day, a man came walking up to Raul's door. He knocked on Raul's door. And Raul came to the door, and the guy said, "Hi, my name is Angelus, and I am a carpenter looking for work." Then Raul thought about it for a little. He said, I could do a few things here and there, but I don't really need work. I don't need help. I don't need to pay for someone to do something I can do. And then Angelus was very disappointed. He wanted to make some money. Then Raul thought for a little bit longer and said, oh, why not build a fence in the creek, separating the two farms so that Raul can no longer see Johann, and so that Johann can no longer see Raul. They would be completely locked. They didn't have to see each other anymore, to prove the point that he was very mad at Johann. So Angelus agreed to this. He said, I'll make some money out of it, and Raul will be happy that he doesn't have to see his brother anymore. So then the next day they planned for Angelus to come and build the fence and stuff. So then the next day, Angelus came to Raul's door and said, I'm ready to do your work. And Angelus said, well, I'm going out for the day. I need to do some errands, grocery shopping, mail some letters. And he said, but I'll help you out a little bit with starting the fence up. So Angelus agreed. He said, might as well get a little bit help. So they went over to the creek, and then Raul started hammering some nails, putting up the wood, trying to get it started. Then he said, I have to leave for the day to do his errands. So Raul left for the day, hoping that by the time he got back, Angelus would have the fence all built. He didn't have to worry about Johann anymore. So when Raul was done mailing his letters, doing his grocery shopping, he came back, hoping to see a fence. But when he got back, he was very shocked. He did not see any fence anywhere. All he saw was a bridge going from Raul, his farm, to Johann's farm. Just a little bridge over the creek. Raul was so mad, and he ran over to Angelus and he said, oh, I didn't ask for this. You said you were going to build a fence. He was all mad. And Angelus kindly said, I'm just trying to make it so that you and your brother stop fighting. Raul got so mad about this until Johann came running out of his house, and he goes, why is there a bridge here? He didn't ask for a bridge, and neither did Raul. So they were both very mad, mostly mad at Angelus, but then eventually started getting mad at each other. Then Angelus said, I want Raul and Johann, I want both of you to walk up the bridge and meet in the middle, give each other a hug, and make up. At first, Raul and Johann disagreed with this and said no. But then they thought that the argument they had was over something so little, and they didn't need to be arguing about it anymore. They wanted to be good, loving brothers again. So then, Raul and Johan both started walking up the bridge, and when they met in the middle, they gave each other a big hug and decided to make up. Then, Raul and Johan asked Angelus, "Could you do some more work around our farms?" But Angelus replied and said, "No, because he had many more bridges to build." The end.